Welcome to the Sleepless Indian Historian. Here, history isn't just a collection of dusty pages. It's a tapestry of voices, of empires and whispers, of memories waiting to be discovered. In these quiet hours, let us journey back in time together, through the moonlit corridors of India's past, where every stone has a story and every shadow holds a secret.
Chapter 1: The Dawn of the Cosmos and the Role of the Trimurti. In the beginning, before the gentle murmur of rivers or the quiet rustle of leaves in the forest, there was only the infinite expanse, an endless void that carried within it the silent seed of creation. From this vast stillness, the first breath of existence stirred, setting in motion the slow dance of time and life. The Vedic texts describe this as the great cosmic ocean, an eternal expanse of possibility and mystery. In this hush of timeless potential, three divine forces emerged to shape the new world: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. They are known as the Trimurti, the threefold expression of the divine, each with a role that would weave together the breath of the universe in cycles of creation, preservation, and transformation. Brahma, the creator, was tasked with giving form to the formless, breathing life into the soft clay of the cosmos. From the cosmic lotus he emerged, his four faces turned in each direction, symbolizing the breadth of his vision and the endless possibilities of creation. He spoke the first words of the Vedas, those ancient hymns that echo with the quiet wisdom of generations. Vishnu, the preserver, took his place at the calm center of the cosmos, his gentle strength a promise of stability in a world that would know both growth and decay. He lies upon the endless serpent Ananta, floating upon the quiet waters of the cosmic ocean, his breath measured and serene. Whenever the world slips from its gentle path, Vishnu takes form as an avatar, Krishna, Rama, and others to guide it back to the soft rhythm of dharma. But it was Shiva, the third breath of the Trimurti, who carried the silent weight of transformation. He is known by many names: Mahadeva, the great god; Shankara, the giver of peace; and Rudra, the one who howls in the hush of the night. Shiva's role was to bring about change, to dissolve the old so that the new could be born in the gentle dawn of tomorrow. Unlike Brahma and Vishnu, whose roles were woven clearly into the tapestry of the cosmos, Shiva's breath was both creation and destruction, a cycle as steady and natural as the soft pulse of the ocean's waves. He was the quiet dancer whose movements turned the wheel of time, the patient yogi who sat in meditation upon the cold peaks of Mount Kailash, and the fierce warrior who could unleash the hush of storms when dharma was threatened. The origin of Shiva's presence in Hindu thought is as complex and layered as the calm depths of the ocean. In the Rig Veda, the oldest of the Vedas, he appears as Rudra, a wild, stormy deity known for his fierce presence and his healing powers. The name Shiva comes later, weaving together the calm breath of Rudra with the gentle promise of benevolence. In this transformation, Shiva becomes both the ascetic lost in meditation and the loving householder who brings balance to the hush of family life. This dual nature is what sets Shiva apart in the gentle breath of Hindu mythology. He is both the destroyer and the regenerator, the quiet hermit lost in the calm of his thoughts, and the tender husband of Parvati, the father of Ganesha and Kartikeya. In him, the world sees the patient lesson that life and death are not enemies but two soft breaths of the same eternal rhythm. To understand Shiva's origins is to explore not just the story of a single deity, but the quiet balance of the universe itself. In the calm philosophy of the Upanishads and the patient verses of the Puranas, Shiva's story reflects the slow unfolding of the cosmos, the gentle emergence of order from the hush of chaos, and the promise that every ending carries within it the seed of a new beginning. The Puranas, those ancient texts that blend history, legend, and the gentle philosophy of life, speak of Shiva as the eternal force behind the hush of the night sky. In the Linga Purana and the Shiva Purana, he is the endless pillar of light, the Lingodbhava, rising from the earth to the sky without beginning or end. Vishnu and Brahma, in their quest to measure this calm column of light, realize that Shiva is beyond the gentle boundaries of birth and death. He is the quiet breath of eternity itself. Yet Shiva's presence is not just found in the lofty stories of the gods. In every calm temple where a lamp flickers softly, in the low murmur of a mantra chanted at dawn, and in the quiet rhythm of a devotee's breath, Shiva lives. He is the patient whisper of meditation, the hush of the river Ganga that flows from his matted hair, and the soft glow of the moon that rests upon his brow. Shiva's role is not to destroy for the sake of destruction, but to clear the old paths so that life can flow again in gentle streams. His dance, the Tandava, is not merely a fierce whirl of movement, it is the calm rhythm of the cosmos itself. A reminder that even in the soft sigh of destruction, there is the promise of renewal. As the chapter closes, we see Shiva as the silent witness to the world's slow unfolding, the patient breath that weaves through the hush of dawn and the quiet sigh of dusk. In him, the universe finds its gentle balance, and in his calm presence, we find the soft echo of our own search for peace and purpose. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this calm hour, we have begun the gentle journey through the origins of Shiva, a story not just of the gods, but of the quiet breath of life itself.
Chapter 2: The Birth of Sati, a Divine Connection. As the slow breath of time moved across the soft edges of the universe, the quiet story of Shiva's origins found a new echo in the gentle birth of Sati. She was born to Daksha, one of the Prajapatis, whose patient duty was to bring life into the world and nurture it with the calm rhythm of creation. In the hush of his kingdom, Sati's birth was like the first gentle note in a long, patient melody. From the moment of her first quiet cry, Sati's heart held a devotion that was as steady as the slow turn of the earth. She grew up listening to the hush of the Vedas, learning the soft rhythm of mantras and the calm stories of the gods. In her thoughts, one name moved like a quiet prayer: Shiva, the gentle yogi whose breath carried the hush of the mountains and the soft glow of the moon. Sati's devotion was not born in the loud clamor of temples or the bright festivals of kings. It was a quiet echo that moved through the calm corners of her heart. She saw in Shiva the measured balance of creation and the soft glow of compassion.
the promise that even in the hush of the forest, the breath of the divine could be found. But Daksha, her father, held no such gentle reverence for Shiva. To him, Shiva was a wild ascetic, a hermit who lived in the quiet shadows of the forest, far from the measured order of the court. In Daksha's heart, there was no place for the calm breath of Shiva's mystery, only the soft ache of pride that could not accept the gentle promise of devotion. As Sati grew, her love for Shiva deepened into a quiet certainty, a patient devotion that would not be turned aside by the hush of her father's disapproval. In the soft light of dawn, she would close her eyes and whisper prayers to the God she had never seen, her breath steady and calm. In the gentle hush of night, she would dream of the snow-capped peaks of Kailash, where Shiva sat in the slow rhythm of meditation, his mind as still as the quiet waters of the Ganga. When the time came for Sati to choose her path, she did so with the calm dignity of one who knows the soft breath of her own heart. She declared her love for Shiva, and in that gentle whisper, the patient power of devotion found its voice. Her father, though his pride trembled like a candle's small flame in the hush of the night, could not silence the quiet certainty of her choice. Sati's marriage to Shiva was not a grand celebration of gold and silk, but a soft joining of two calm breaths. In the hush of the forest, under the patient gaze of the stars, Sati became Shiva's bride. The world watched with quiet wonder as the ascetic yogi and the gentle daughter of Daksha found in each other the soft echo of balance, a union that would shape the breath of the cosmos itself. For Shiva, who had long sat in the calm silence of the mountains, Sati's love was a soft light in the quiet corners of his heart. In her devotion, he found the gentle warmth of family, a slow river of connection that flowed through the hush of his solitude. Together, they wove a life that was simple and natural, their days measured by the slow rhythm of the forest's breath and the patient glow of devotion. Yet, even in this quiet happiness, the shadow of Daksha's pride moved softly across the hush of their lives. The father, who could not accept the gentle devotion of his daughter, watched with a calm distance, his heart a quiet storm of old traditions and the soft ache of disapproval. This gentle tension, the hush of Sati's devotion and the quiet weight of Daksha's pride, would soon find its echo in the calm halls of a great yagna, a sacrifice that would test the soft threads of family and faith. But in this moment, as the chapter closes, we see Sati as the calm breath of devotion, her love a soft promise that even in the gentle hush of the forest, the patient heart can shape the quiet breath of the world. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this calm hour, we have shared the gentle birth of Sati, a story of love and quiet strength, a soft echo in the patient heart of Shiva's origins. Chapter 3: The Great Yagna and Sati's Sacrifice. As the calm days passed in Shiva and Sati's quiet world, the soft weight of Daksha's pride grew into a gentle storm. Daksha, though he carried the calm authority of a Prajapati, could not see beyond the hush of his own rigid traditions. To him, Shiva was an outsider, an ascetic whose patient ways and natural simplicity did not belong in the measured halls of kings. In his heart, the quiet murmur of power grew louder than the gentle breath of devotion. He decided to host a grand yagna, a fire sacrifice that would gather the kings, sages, and gods in the calm glow of ritual. It would be a display of his own dignity, a soft echo of his importance in the hush of the world's breath. The news of the yagna spread like a gentle breeze across the kingdoms, and soon the forests and rivers hummed with the calm footsteps of guests arriving to witness the ceremony. But Daksha, in the quiet corners of his mind, had already decided that Shiva would have no place in this soft gathering. His invitation, like a flower that never blooms, was withheld from the one whom Sati had chosen with the patient strength of her heart. When Sati heard of her father's yagna, her heart was a calm river troubled by the gentle ripples of family and love. She spoke to Shiva, her voice low and measured, and asked his permission to attend the gathering. Shiva, whose breath was the hush of mountains, spoke with gentle wisdom. He told her that where pride and narrow hearts gather, peace cannot find its place. Yet Sati, driven by the quiet pull of family and the soft ache of belonging, chose to go. She dressed not in the bright silks of queens, but in the simple beauty of a woman whose devotion was her only adornment. Her steps were steady as she made her way to her father's hall, the hush of her heart a gentle echo of love's patient strength. In the grand yagna hall, where the calm glow of fire met the measured voices of hymns, Daksha sat with the soft weight of pride in his breath. When Sati entered, her father's eyes were cool, the quiet warmth of family replaced by the hush of disapproval. She bowed with the calm dignity of a daughter, but Daksha's silence was the cold breath of a winter night. The sages and kings watched in the quiet hush of the moment as Sati, her voice steady and calm, questioned her father's choice to exclude Shiva, the very breath of creation's balance. But Daksha, locked in the soft echo of his own pride, answered not with warmth, but with the cold finality of rejection.
In that hush, Sati felt the soft threads of her devotion strain against the silence of her father's pride. Her heart, so full of the gentle rhythm of love, could not bear the quiet ache of dishonor. In the calm glow of the yagna's sacred fire, she made her choice. With the steady breath of one who knows the soft truth of her heart, Sati stepped forward and closed her eyes. She let the hush of the world fall away, her devotion rising like a soft flame to the quiet sky. As the fire embraced her, the hall fell silent. The kings and sages, whose voices had filled the hush of the ritual with measured hymns, now watched in stillness. In Sati's calm sacrifice, the world saw not an end, but the gentle echo of a devotion that would not be silenced by the soft breath of pride. When the news reached Shiva in his forest home, his heart, always as still as the snow-capped peaks, trembled. His rage was not the wild cry of storms, but the quiet power of mountains breaking apart. From the hush of his meditation, he summoned Veerabhadra, a fierce form born of his silent fury, and sent him to Daksha's yagna. The calm halls of Daksha's sacrifice became the gentle stage for Veerabhadra's measured destruction. The kings fled in the soft panic of dawn's first light, and Daksha's pride, once so steady, crumbled in the hush of Shiva's quiet justice.
Yet, even in his anger, Shiva's breath was not for conquest, but for the soft balance of dharma, restoring the quiet truth of devotion and the gentle strength of love. As you drift softly to sleep tonight, let Sati's calm sacrifice and Shiva's quiet fury be a gentle comfort. Let it remind you that even in the softest heart, there is a strength that can change the world, and that the quiet breath of devotion will always find its voice. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we remember the great Yajna and Sati's sacrifice, a story of calm love and the patient power of devotion. Chapter 4: Shiva's Withdrawal and the Birth of Parvati. After the quiet storm of Veerabhadra's measured fury, the hush of the world seemed to grow even deeper. The soft glow of Daksha's Yagna fires had been replaced by the gentle shadows of loss, and in that quiet darkness, Shiva withdrew. The god who had danced the hush of the cosmos now sat in deep meditation, his breath as still as the snow-capped peaks of Kailash. Shiva's grief was not a loud lament. It was a calm, patient silence that spoke more deeply than any cry. He left the world behind, retreating to the high Himalayas, where the soft breath of the wind and the low hum of rivers could soothe his quiet sorrow. In the caves and icy slopes, he became the eternal ascetic, lost in the calm ocean of his own thoughts. Yet, even as he sat in his silent meditation, the world moved on. The gentle rhythm of creation never paused, and in the hush of the mountains, a new story was beginning to take shape. The gods, seeing that the breath of dharma was faltering without Shiva's presence, turned their soft gaze to the patient hope of renewal. In the kingdom of the mountains, Himavan, the lord of the Himalayas, and his queen Menavati were blessed with a daughter. She was named Parvati, and in her quiet eyes and soft smile, there was the gentle echo of a promise long awaited. From the moment of her birth, the sages whispered that she was Sati reborn, a calm breath of devotion returning to the world in a new form. Parvati grew up in the hush of the mountains, her heart shaped by the gentle rhythms of the forests and the soft music of rivers flowing over ancient stones. She heard the stories of Shiva's measured fury and his quiet withdrawal, and in the patient corners of her heart, she knew that her path was to bring him back to the world's gentle embrace. As she grew, Parvati's devotion to Shiva was as steady as the quiet flow of a mountain stream. She chose not the loud path of grand gestures, but the soft, measured steps of daily offerings and calm prayers. In the hush of dawn, she would gather flowers to lay before the small stone lingam she kept in a hidden corner of her home. In the cool evenings, she would whisper his name like a quiet song, each breath a promise of love and patient strength. Yet, winning the heart of the calm ascetic was not a task for the faint-hearted. Shiva's mind was lost in the deep hush of meditation, and even the soft echo of Parvati's devotion could not break through the quiet walls of his thoughts. The gods watched her gentle efforts with measured hope, and finally they turned to Kama, the god of love, to awaken Shiva's quiet heart. Kama, whose arrows carried the gentle warmth of spring's first breath, loosed them into the hush of Shiva's meditation. For a moment, the world seemed to hold its breath, the soft glow of possibility flickering in the calm air.
But Shiva, awakened too soon from his quiet depths, opened his third eye, a patient flame that turned Kama to ash in the hush of a single breath.
Parvati watched this moment not with fear, but with the calm understanding of one who knows that the breath of love must move to the gentle rhythm of dharma. She saw that only her own measured devotion, her patient prayers, and the soft strength of her heart could awaken Shiva from the hush of his solitude. With quiet resolve, Parvati left the comfort of her father's palace and entered the hush of the forest. She took up the path of tapasya, the calm discipline of penance, and let her breath become the soft echo of her love. She wore simple robes and ate only the offerings of the forest, roots, fruits, and the quiet breath of the river's mist. Days turned into weeks and weeks into years, yet Parvati's devotion did not waver. In the gentle hush of the forest, she became the soft pulse of life itself, her prayers rising like the measured murmur of the wind through ancient pines. The gods watched in silent wonder as her patient strength turned the hush of the world into a quiet promise of hope. At last, in the calm glow of dawn, Shiva opened his eyes and saw her, not as the daughter of a mountain king, but as the gentle echo of Sati's devotion reborn. In that quiet moment, the hush of the forest seemed to pause, and the soft breath of destiny moved like a patient river through the calm air. As you rest tonight, let Parvati's calm devotion be a gentle comfort. Let it remind you that in the quiet patience of the heart, there is a strength that can shape the slow breath of the world. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we remember the birth of Parvati, a new chapter in the quiet story of Shiva, and a soft promise that love, when carried with devotion, will always find its way home. Chapter 5. The Union of Shiva and Parvati. After years of Parvati's calm penance and unwavering devotion, the world itself seemed to lean closer to her soft prayers. The hush of the forest, the quiet rivers, and the patient breath of the mountains all seemed to carry her name like a gentle echo. The gods, whose hearts had watched her journey with quiet respect, knew that the moment had come for Shiva's solitude to find its gentle balance in Parvati's love. One dawn, as the first rays of the sun touched the snow-covered peaks of Kailash, Shiva opened his calm eyes. In that quiet glow, he saw Parvati not just as a woman of devotion, but as the gentle breath of the cosmos itself. Her penance had not been a loud demand for attention. It was a soft, patient river of devotion that had worn away the mountain of her solitude. Shiva appeared before Parvati in the simple hush of the forest. There were no loud trumpets or bright garlands, only the calm rustle of leaves and the quiet rhythm of Parvati's breath as she realized that her prayers had been answered. Shiva spoke in a voice that was steady and low, like the hush of a river at dawn. He told her of the quiet balance that had always existed between them, the patient breath of the divine that had carried their story through the hush of time. The marriage of Shiva and Parvati was not just the union of two hearts, it was the gentle weaving together of the world's breath. The gods and sages gathered in the quiet light of dawn to witness the ceremony, The forest itself seemed to pause, the leaves holding their patient whisper as the two were joined in a bond that would echo through the soft murmur of history. The ceremony was simple and natural, reflecting the gentle dignity of Shiva's calm heart and the quiet strength of Parvati's devotion. As the sacred fire crackled softly, Shiva took Parvati's hand in his, their eyes meeting in the hush of a promise that needed no words. In that measured silence, the world felt the gentle balance of creation and destruction, of solitude and love. Parvati, as Shiva's consort, became not just a queen, but the quiet breath of Shakti, the divine feminine force that moves through every measured turn of the cosmos. Together, they embodied the calm dance of opposites, the gentle echo of night and day, the soft balance that holds the world in place. Their life together was a blend of the forest's quiet breath and the slow, patient rhythm of the mountains. In the gentle hush of their home on Kailash, they shared moments of laughter and soft conversation, the kind that carries the warmth of devotion without the need for loud declarations. Shiva, who had once been lost in the calm depths of meditation, found in Parvati's smile a gentle light that brought warmth to the quiet corners of his heart. The stories of their love spread across the land like the soft glow of moonlight on a still lake. In every temple where Shiva is worshipped, Parvati's calm presence stands beside him, a reminder that even the greatest strength finds its balance in the gentle hush of love. Their union became the quiet pattern of the world itself, a soft song that echoes in the hush of every prayer and the gentle rhythm of every dawn. As you rest tonight, let the story of Shiva and Parvati's union be a gentle comfort. Let it remind you that in the quiet meeting of devotion and patience, the world finds its soft balance and every heart can find its home. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this calm hour, we remember the gentle marriage of Shiva and Parvati, a soft echo of love and the patient promise that carries us all.
Chapter 6. The Ardhanarishwara, a soft song of balance. In the quiet world of Shiva and Parvati, their union found a form that was as gentle as it was profound. It was called Ardhanarishwara, the half-man, half-woman form that whispered of balance in the calm breath of creation. This form was not a loud display of power, but a soft promise of unity, the patient joining of masculine and feminine, of strength and compassion in one calm, eternal body. The story of Ardhanarishwara speaks of a time when Parvati, feeling the soft ache of distance even in their gentle love, asked Shiva to share his very being with her. She wished to be one with him, not just in the quiet home of Kailash, but in the very breath of their souls. Shiva, whose calm heart had always known the patient dance of creation, smiled and granted her wish. In a single, measured breath, they became one form, two gentle halves of the same whole. One side of this form was Shiva, his quiet strength and soft ascetic dignity wrapped in the hush of the Himalayas. The other was Parvati, whose calm beauty and tender devotion shone like the soft light of the moon. Together, they formed a figure of perfect balance, a soft song of harmony that moved through the hush of the world like the slow rhythm of a river's flow. This image of Ardhanarishwara is more than just a symbol. It is a calm reminder of the quiet balance that lives within every breath. In the soft rhythm of life, every person carries both strength and gentleness, the patient firmness of the mountain and the soft flow of the river. The story of Ardhanarishwara whispers that these two quiet forces are not separate, but woven together like the gentle threads of a tapestry. For devotees across the land, the image of Ardhanarishwara became a source of gentle wonder. In temples and quiet shrines, where lamps flicker softly and flowers lay in quiet devotion, the figure of Shiva and Parvati as one is a calm promise. It says that in every relationship, every soft breath of love, there is a need for balance, where one heart listens and the other speaks, where one stands steady and the other flows. The story also echoes in the quiet corners of daily life, in the hush of a family's small rituals, in the calm devotion of prayers whispered at dawn. The dance of Shiva and Parvati lives on. Their gentle balance teaches that love is not a loud claim of ownership, but a patient, measured sharing of the self, where every soft touch is an echo of trust, and every quiet glance a promise of understanding. In the hush of this chapter, we see not just the story of two gods, but a quiet lesson for the world. Ardhanarishwara tells us that the calm breath of the universe is held by balance, not the loud victory of one over the other, but the soft joining of two gentle halves in a single patient breath. As you rest tonight, let the image of Ardhanarishwara be a gentle comfort. Let it remind you that in every quiet moment of togetherness, there is a balance waiting to be found. And in every soft heart, there is a place where love can grow like a calm river in the hush of dawn. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we remember Ardhanarishwara, a soft song of balance, echoing in the hush of the world's slow breath.
Chapter 7. The Birth of the Linga, a Gentle Mystery. As the hush of the forest and the calm breath of the mountains cradled the stories of Shiva and Parvati, there arose a symbol that would carry the quiet essence of Shiva's eternal presence, the Shiva Linga. This gentle form, simple yet profound, became a patient echo of Shiva's mystery, an endless pillar of light, a calm promise that in the hush of every breath, the divine can be found. The story of the Linga's origin comes to us through the Puranas, weaving together the soft threads of devotion and the gentle strength of wisdom. It is said that one day a quiet dispute arose between Brahma and Vishnu, each seeking to know who among them was the true source of the cosmos. Brahma, the calm creator, claimed his gentle hand had shaped every form. Vishnu, the patient preserver, spoke of his quiet care that keeps the world alive. As their voices rose, Shiva appeared, not as a warrior with loud fury, but as a calm, endless column of light that reached from the earth to the sky. This pillar was the Linga, the soft symbol of Shiva's infinite breath, formless, endless, and quietly steady in the hush of time. Brahma took the form of a swan and flew upward, seeking the top of this endless pillar. Vishnu, taking the shape of a boar, dug deep into the calm earth to find its base. Yet, no matter how high Brahma flew or how deep Vishnu dug, the quiet glow of the Linga stretched beyond their gentle reach.
At last, they bowed to the hush of the Linga, understanding that the divine breath of Shiva is beyond all measure, too calm and too vast to be contained by the world's small questions. This story, simple and natural, carries a gentle lesson. The Linga is not just a stone or a shape. It is the soft echo of formlessness, a calm symbol of the divine that lives beyond names and forms. In its smooth curve and quiet presence, it holds the hush of the universe itself, steady, patient, and eternal. For countless devotees, the Shiva Linga became the quiet center of their prayers. In temples and in small shrines beneath the hush of banyan trees, the Linga is bathed in milk and water, flowers laid at its base with the calm devotion of hearts seeking the gentle breath of peace. The simple act of circumambulation, moving slowly around the Linga in measured steps, becomes a patient meditation, a soft rhythm that echoes the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The symbolism of the Linga also carries the quiet echo of balance. It is often set within the yoni, a soft symbol of Shakti, the feminine force that balances Shiva's calm breath. Together, they remind us that the hush of creation is born from the gentle dance of opposites, masculine and feminine, form and formlessness, stillness and motion. In their patient union, the world finds its gentle harmony. Beyond the soft rituals of worship, the Linga is a symbol of how life itself flows in quiet circles. Just as rivers flow to the sea and return as gentle rain, so too does every breath return to the calm hush of the divine. The Linga whispers that in the end, all journeys find their quiet home in the soft breath of the eternal. As you rest tonight, let the gentle story of the Linga's birth be a soft comfort. Let it remind you that in the simplest form, there is often the deepest mystery, and in the calm hush of every prayer, there is a quiet doorway to the infinite. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we remember the birth of the Linga, a soft mystery that glows like a patient lamp in the hush of every dawn. Chapter 8: Shiva's Calm Abodes, From Kailash to Kashi. As the quiet echoes of the Linga's soft mystery spread across the land, the world found gentle comfort in the places where Shiva's breath still lingers. These calm abodes, each with its own soft story and quiet power, became the gentle anchors of devotion, where every whisper of prayer and every measured breath of faith could find its home. Among these sacred spaces, Mount Kailash stands first, a mountain of quiet dignity, its white peaks touching the hush of the sky. In the calm expanse of Tibet's highlands, Kailash rises not with loud grandeur, but with a soft, patient strength that carries the weight of the world's breath. Here, Shiva sits in meditation, his thoughts as still as the mountain air, his presence as steady as the slow rhythm of glaciers that move like patient rivers across ancient stone. Pilgrims have walked for centuries around Kailash, their steps measured and calm, each slow turn a quiet offering of devotion. In the hush of the thin air, where even the wind moves softly, they find not just the mountain's snow-clad silence, but the soft echo of Shiva's eternal breath. Every rock, Every stream carries his quiet presence, reminding those who come with open hearts that the path of faith is as much about the journey as the destination. Beyond the silent peaks of Kailash, there is Kashi, known today as Varanasi, a city where the soft light of dawn reflects on the patient current of the Ganga. Here, in the gentle hush of morning bells and the low hum of priests' chants, Shiva's presence is felt in every measured breath of the city. It is said that Kashi rests upon the trident of Shiva himself, a city that will never fade, even as the world's slow breath changes with each turn of the seasons. In Kashi, the Ganga flows with the calm promise of renewal, and every flame that flickers on the ghats is a soft echo of life's gentle impermanence. Devotees who bathe in her cool waters feel the quiet blessing of Shiva, the gentle assurance that in the hush of surrender, the soul finds peace. Other places too whisper of Shiva's patient breath. Amarnath, where a cave of ice holds the silent form of the Linga each winter, or Somnath, where the calm sea's hush mingles with ancient stones that have known the measured sigh of empires long past. Each of these quiet places carries a different note in the gentle song of Shiva's story, a soft harmony that echoes through the hush of centuries. What binds them together is not just stone and ritual, but the calm faith of those who come to listen to the hush of their own hearts. In the measured steps of a pilgrim on a mountain path, in the quiet murmur of mantras in the city's gentle dawn, Shiva's presence becomes more than a distant myth. It becomes a patient companion, a soft breath that moves through every moment of the world. As you drift softly to sleep tonight, let the gentle promise of these sacred abodes be a quiet comfort. Let them remind you that in every place of devotion, be it a high mountain or the simple hush of a home's quiet altar, there is the soft breath of Shiva's calm blessing, waiting to bring peace to the slow rhythm of your own heart. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we remember Shiva's calm abodes, where the world finds its quiet balance and every breath becomes a soft prayer of devotion.
Chapter 9. The Dance of Tandava. Shiva as the cosmic dancer. In the gentle hush of the cosmos, where the slow breath of creation moves like a patient tide, Shiva takes on a form that is both fierce and serene, a dancer whose calm rhythm shapes the very fabric of the world. This dance, known as the Tandava, is a measured pulse of movement, a quiet echo of creation and destruction that hums in the heart of every sunrise and every hush of dusk. The story of the Tandava speaks of Shiva not just as a quiet ascetic lost in meditation, but as the cosmic dancer, whose every movement is a soft step in the eternal rhythm of life. In temples and in the hush of quiet hearts, this form of Shiva is known as Nataraja, the Lord of Dance, whose patient movements turn the wheel of time. The Tandava is not a dance of wild chaos, it is a dance of gentle precision. With one foot firmly planted on the patient figure of ignorance, Shiva's other foot is raised in a soft promise of liberation.
His arms move in calm arcs, one hand holding the damaru, the small drum whose beat is the gentle echo of creation's first breath, and another hand carrying the quiet flame of destruction. Each step is a note in the calm song of the universe, each movement a soft whisper that life's gentle cycles are woven in the slow breath of change. The symbolism of this dance is profound. In the quiet circle of Nataraja's halo, there is the soft glow of endless energy, a calm reminder that the world is not static, but a patient swirl of birth, growth, and transformation. His face, serene and composed, carries the quiet wisdom of one who sees beyond the loud illusions of the world to the soft truth beneath. The Tandava's gentle power is felt not only in the grand stories of the Puranas, but in the calm breath of everyday life. The steady beat of the damaru is echoed in the measured rhythm of the heart, in the soft flow of breath that carries us from dawn to dusk. The raised foot of Shiva is the quiet promise that even in the hush of struggle, there is a path to freedom if we move with the soft patience of the heart. In art and culture, the Tandava has inspired countless expressions of devotion. Dancers whose measured steps echo the calm power of Shiva's movements bring this story to life in the quiet glow of temple halls and the soft hush of festivals. Painters and sculptors too have captured the dance in forms that seem to breathe with the slow rhythm of the divine, a silent song that carries the hush of centuries. Yet beyond the art, beyond the measured lines of poetry and the calm curves of sculpture, the Tandava whispers a gentle lesson that in the quiet breath of surrender, the world's loud fears are silenced and the soft echo of dharma can be heard once more. In Shiva's dance, there is no division between creation and destruction, no loud roar of conquest, only the slow, patient swirl of balance moving in the hush of the eternal. As you drift softly to sleep tonight, let the quiet rhythm of the Tandava be a gentle comfort. Let it remind you that in every measured step, in every soft breath of change, there is the calm promise of the cosmos, dancing with you, steady and serene. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we remember the Tandava, Shiva's dance echoing in the hush of the world's quiet breath.
Chapter 10: Reflections and Legacy. Shiva's gentle presence in every breath. As the soft stories of Shiva's calm breath come together, we see not just the quiet figure of a god, but the gentle echo of a legacy that flows through every measured breath of life. From the patient peaks of Kailash to the soft murmur of temple bells at dawn, Shiva's presence lingers like a hush in the wind, calm, steady, and ever present. In every quiet prayer whispered before a small shrine, in every gentle circle of pilgrims' footsteps around a linga, there is the soft echo of Shiva's story. His calm presence is not just the fierce power of the cosmic dancer or the silent strength of the mountain ascetic. It is the slow, patient heartbeat of the world itself, moving with the rhythm of devotion and the soft breath of time. For those who look to Shiva, there is comfort in his many forms. In the hush of the forest, he is the quiet hermit, his mind lost in the patient embrace of meditation.
In the laughter of children playing by the river's edge, he is the gentle father, the calm strength of family love. In the measured rise and fall of every breath, he is the hush of the eternal, an endless promise of balance no matter how loud the world may seem. His legacy lives not just in the ancient temples whose stones have felt the slow caress of centuries, but in the quiet hearts of those who carry his name in the soft corners of their prayers. In music, where the low notes of the damaru echo the patient heartbeat of creation. In art, where every gentle curve of Nataraja's dance speaks of the slow turning of the world. And in stories passed down through the hush of generations, where every retelling is a small, steady flame keeping the quiet breath of devotion alive. Shiva's story is also a soft lesson in patience and acceptance. He teaches that in the measured hush of change, there is no need for fear, only the gentle promise that every ending is the quiet seed of a new beginning. In the slow burn of his third eye's gaze, there is no cruelty, only the soft light of truth that clears the old to make way for the new. In his calm dance, there is no wild fury, only the measured rhythm that carries the world forward in gentle steps. As we close this chapter, we see Shiva not just as the Lord of Destruction, but as the quiet breath that carries every soul through the hush of life. His story is not separate from ours. It is woven into the slow rhythm of every dawn and the calm hush of every twilight. It is in the patient strength of devotion, in the quiet power of surrender, and in the gentle hope that even the softest breath can shape the world. As you rest tonight, let the quiet echoes of Shiva's story be a gentle comfort. Let them remind you that in every calm step, in every soft prayer, there is a piece of the eternal, a small, quiet light that moves with you always. This is Sleepy Indian Historian, and in this gentle hour, we have shared the story of Shiva, an eternal breath of calm strength carried in the hush of the world's patient heart.